Hello and welcome to the episode 3 of the Seek to Change podcast. I'm your host Hamza Hassan, and today we have two very special guests and co-hosts with us, hopefully permanent co-hosts. As you can see, I've got the attire on, but these guys don't have the attire on. They're rookies still. This is their first ever podcast, so hopefully it goes well. So today we're going to be talking about the topic of celebrities and their want to find peace. But before we get into this, of course we have to introduce our two new beautiful co-hosts. So the first one is our Honourable Siraj Munir. Now Siraj Munir himself is a sales manager for a travel company. So he does very well and he works with different business clients and things like this. And also we have Mr. Fabio. Now Mr. Fabio here, a very handsome man, and he is an amateur boxer and hopefully aspiring to be a professional boxer. Now just in the boxing field, as we just introduced you, what exactly you could say is the celebrities way and the celebrities and the professional boxers, what kind of life do they live? We see that the kind of life that they live is kind of, you could say, following their temporal pleasures. So how does this link into, you could say, their want to find peace, and what is it itself that actually you can see that creates the downfall for them when they try to follow these temporal pleasures?
A lot of boxers start off their career hungry, like their sole purpose is to box and they're looking up to the greats. But it gets to a point, especially nowadays with social media and the fame and the money and the attention which comes with it, where it's so easy to get dragged off track. And if we look at, even go all the way back to the likes of Mike Tyson, from a young age, at 20 years old, heavyweight world champion, youngest ever, such a quick rise to fame, so much millions of pounds in the bank account. You don't know what to do with it. You don't know how to act. You're not prepared because you've come from such a let's say poor lifestyle. Like you've had it rough growing up, and now you've got all this. You feel like you're on top of the world. And even Mike Tyson, he was buying cars, buying clubs, buying tigers even. And by the end of after many years, it got to a point where I even have a quote here. What he said at the end of all of this, after saying he felt like a god and saying he felt like he was on top of the world, he could buy anything, he ended up saying that his whole life has been a waste and that he's been a failure. That he's never been happy. He believes he'll die alone and would want it that way, and that he's been a loner all his life with his secrets and his pain, and he's really lost but trying to find himself.
Wow. Yeah, wow. So this really links into, like, you know, that he's chased something all of his life. So for example, you said now he was hungry for the world title, and then when he got the world title, what happened? All them different things came with it as well. You know, all the money, all the women and everything like that. When he was chasing all these temporal pleasures, now look at his life. He's depressed. You know, he feels like he's wasted his life away. You know, and we can see this in, for example, you know, in your field of work as well. Yeah. That many people, they chase these temporal pleasures. Yeah. Could you just elaborate a little bit more about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So in the sales industry, you can generally see that people live by a quote, which is known as work hard, play hard, right? They give so much time to work, you know, attending all these meetings, meeting people, you know, closing all these business deals, sales deals, whatever it is that they do in the whole business industry. From that side of things, they then want to play hard, blow off steam, right? So comes Friday night, they might not even go home sometimes. Once a month in this whole culture, they'll go out for drinks.
Yeah.
Right? They go out for drinks just to blow off that steam, socialise with
each other. Or even on the weekends as well. I mean, a lot of people, they wait for their Friday paycheck and then that's it. They just blow it in the clubs and the pubs and whatever.
Yeah, it's what they do. And sometimes I wonder to myself, like, how are they actually living, like, getting by? I'm finding it hard myself to support, you know, family or whatnot. How are they doing it and blowing off steam like that? But maybe the answer to that is in the sales and business industry, people get commission, right? So per sale they get extra money. So from that, you can say an average person might get around £55,000-60,000 a year. Okay, now from Manchester, someone to survive, I was actually looking at it in Google, a single person by themselves to get by, they need around 30 to 35,000, pays for rent, pays for whatever, lives a comfortable lifestyle, right? So if they're doing that and they're just a single person, they've still got 20,000-30,000 to just blow.
Yeah.
That's why
That's a lot. That's a lot of money, though. Isn't it?
Absolutely right. So all these big holidays come into play where people go to, you know, random places or somewhere they've seen online that other people have gone and enjoyed themselves.
I
mean, you'd love that, innit? You're sales travel manager, so
well, you know, I like
that's
to travel.
That's your commission, right?
I like to travel, right? Absolutely, you know. Who doesn't? Do you know what I mean? Every different country has its own vibe, its own culture. That's what I travel for, you know. But
are they coming to you with them for them IB for holiday packages though?
Well, we don't actually do holiday packages itself. The company I work for is more of a wholesaler. So the businesses, the travel agents, they would buy things from us to sell to their customers.
Oh, okay.
Oh, right. Okay.
So it's quite cool in terms of what I do. But IB for us, yeah, we hear a lot about it, right? What was that? I don't know. There was this, because we're on the topic of celebrities. There was that
Liam
song.
Payne.
What about him?
Wasn't he in Ibiza or something like that? Was it Ibiza?
He was in South America.
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
so he was in South America. You know, and we can see from his lifestyle as well that, you know, the lifestyle that he lived. Well, when he fell off that balcony, he was actually drunk. You know, so this links into, you know, the Friday night partying, Saturday night partying, Sunday night partying, and if you look at that, I mean, he was so out of his mind. You know, that he didn't even know that he fell off the balcony, and when he fell off the balcony, unfortunately, he passed away.
I mean, on that note, yeah, whenever I've like gone out with my colleagues or we've done something, we've gone to a different country, you know, for a social, because all of my colleagues are all over the world, right? So when we meet up, they might be drinking, and sometimes they ask, why are you not drinking, Siraj, right? Is it religious purposes, right? I'll actually turn around and say, it's not that, that's part of it, but it's not that. I live in the UK and in Manchester, and I see people drunk all the time. Yeah. And they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, I work in a hostel, right? And you see a lot of the time that people, they just drink to get rid of all the problems and the worries and the stresses that they have. But really, it actually brings in more problems into their life from drinking. They waste all their money on the drink. You know, their friends and their family don't want to be around them. You know, and different things like this. And of course, you know, on the topic of, you know, how we were talking about money and people have this money to waste. If we look at the likes of Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos, what's Elon Musk doing right now? He's opened SpaceX, which is something that he's got so bored of how much money he has. He's actually exploring space now, you know, so...
I honestly won't be surprised if he ends up making another alphabet, you know. Just a random letter comes out.
He did name his child.
He called his child X.
X, yeah.
I'm sure.
I mean, he called Twitter X as well.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's
I think if he loves the name X in it, he loves the letter.
Well, who knows? Well, you know, the next one might be called Next.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, if you look at the likes of Elon Musk and all these big billionaires, we see that a lot of the time they're chasing something else because they can't seem to be content with what they have because it doesn't give them that peace in their mind, in their heart, in their emotional self, in their physical self. It doesn't give them any peace. And just going to Fabio now, you know, about you could say these big billionaires and celebrities and millionaires, and one of these millionaires who we see recently has been convicted of quite a few crimes against humanity, you could say, which is P. Diddy. You know, and he actually, you know, we were talking about businessmen, they do go on a lot of parties as well. They have these business parties and things like this. But P. Diddy, I mean, he was known to throw the biggest parties, you know, have women, men, you know, and now he's come out that is children as well and things like this. So, you know, we can see from this as well that the temporal pleasure, chasing that temporal pleasure, first he might have been just chasing women, and then it moves to something else because he gets bored of that thing, you know, and it doesn't give him that peace. So can you just
so even after Sean Diddy Combs, after
is that his full name?
after Kanye West and Jay-Z, I believe he was the third billionaire in this rap industry. So the amount of money is a bit to be labelled a billionaire. And after you have so much money,
I think they say that you know, that it would take you know, I think it was £60,000 or £30,000 a month, or £50,000 a month, you know, for 6 months or something. I'm not quite sure on the maths, you know. £50,000 a month for 6 months, you know, or like within a year to earn £1 million. Yeah. I don't think it was 6 months.
Like every
but
day for 6 months.
Every day for 6 months, yeah, every day for 6 months, right? And they said that it would take every day for 1,000 months, or 1,000 years. Sorry, I can't remember which one to earn $1 billion. So this is so much money you can't even fathom. And no wonder that people tend to fall down the wrong way and the wrong, you could say, going into these wrong habits.
Yeah.
Why? Because they can't find peace in their money anymore.
After they have this hunger for money, but the hunger for money, it runs out, because after that set amount, once you've reached that billion mark, what is that you can spend your money on other than exploring space and things like this?
Yeah.
But these rappers in this Hollywood industry, they seek power, not just money. So they host these parties, they become the big name, the one that people come to, and they want to be the bridge between another person being successful. So they feel like it's all in their control. They're
so
trying
power
to play
hungry,
the role
say,
of God or something. This is what they want to be, and they'll destroy and make people's lives within one day. There's a lot of stories of Sean Diddy on his rise to fame. He had the contacts for people, so it was up to him if one day he wanted to make one phone call and ruin your whole career, or it was on him if he wanted to make one phone call and give you a career. Such as Usher, when he was 14, he spent time living with Diddy. And Diddy was around 25 years old, Usher was 14 years old, and there's rumours to do with them staying in the same bed, things like this. So it's a way of whatever was going on in his head, whatever childhood trauma he had.
So it's all about power, isn't it? Being power hungry. He wants to
power.
control things. But we can see from that now that look where Diddy is. I mean, he's been convicted, he's in a prison, he's not controlling anything anymore, he doesn't have any power. So again, it links back to all this being temporal. Everything, what the celebrities are going through, whether it's Liam Payne, even Young Philly's been convicted. Of course, he's not gone through trial yet, but he's been convicted of something. So, but to even be convicted of something like this, accused, not convicted, accused of something like this, you have to live a certain life in order to actually be accused.
I mean, the thing is, right, is if you look about it, if you look at it, it goes back to what's known as the word escapism, right? Because people, throughout life, every single person has problems, and one thing people forget is whether they have so much money, and then from that they link it to power, and then they end up believing that they're in control or whatever, right? We don't know specifically what's going on in their minds and hearts, for that matter. But when it comes down to this thing, or they're going through problems, or just life is too much and they want to work hard, linking back to that quote, when they want to play hard, that's what's known as escapism. They might go on a night out, they might go on holiday, they want to go and forget about everything.
Yeah, so it's like a way to de-stress, you could say. That's what they're saying, but even that causes stresses itself.
Absolutely, because you have to come back to reality.
Yeah, exactly. But how about we change the reality that you're living, so at all times you feel in peace, so there's no stress within yourself. And this is where the Seek to Change Awakening Peace Within come in. Have you guys heard of the Seek to Change Awakening Peace Within?
I've actually got a personal story related to it. It's quite funny. If you want me to share it.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, brilliant. So a few years back, when I started the sales industry, I was working from like 8 a.m. till 6 p.m. was the core hours. We'd go about 15 minutes early, get there a little bit late, and I was known as the person with the level head, right? I was that guy who was just always relaxed, no matter what. And as you know, actually you guys might not know, but in the Asian culture, right, Pakistani households, mothers worry a lot.
No, definitely.
I've just started my first sales role, and a lot of it was to do with me being outdoors, and the weather was a bit like it is recently, where the snow is pouring down. And at that year, I think it was titled, the beast from the east has come. That's what it was called in the news.
He looks like the beast from the east.
He does, isn't it? Like, that's why I had to look there, bro. Like,
he's gonna sort all these, Mike Tyson's on.
It made me forget which way is east and west, bro. That's what we ended up doing, mate. So, from that side of things. So obviously, mum was a bit worried. She would call me and stuff in the evenings, like, what time you coming home? So it was like Thursday. Right, and we were outdoors. We were trying to get some sales, close some deals, so we could hit our team target. And it was 6 o'clock. I'm like, let's go back. Let's finish for the day. We've got tomorrow as well. And my manager at the time, later turned friend actually, because really nice guy. he actually turned around and said, "Come on, Siraj, let's just, do a little bit more.
Yeah.
Right? Let's just try to get it now.
The work hard.
We can build on it. So we can build on it. Tomorrow we can build on it, get some more money coming in." So I looked at the rest of the team, and everyone's like, "Yeah, let's do it." So I thought, okay, cool, let's go, but let's go now. That's what I said. Let's go now. So we're out there for about half an hour, and I'm being a bit pushy because I want to go because Mum's worried at the same time. And I just switched. Like I just turned around and said, "Look, I'm getting off, man. We're not doing anything today. I'm going." Do you know what I mean? And he comes to me. He goes, "Siraj, come here." I was like, "What, man?" He said, "Bro, just come back to that level-headed guy you are." I was like, "Okay." And the lucky for us, and this is why actually I'm so grateful to actually be here, because there was a famous quote that says, "Whatever you've been blessed with, share it with others." Why? Whatever you've been honoured with, share it with others. And I was so lucky that we learned a little bit about this seek to change element a few years back. So when he said that, I just get back to your level, I actually went to the side and I just adopted the same things that we've been taught for about 30 seconds and just came back.
Exactly. I mean, and that's how you build your relationship with, your partners and your
colleagues and
people.
Yeah,
Definitely, especially with your boss, like you said, you have a good relationship now with him, and you see him as a friend as well.
Yeah.
Is he your boss now still?
No. Now he's just a friend.
Now he's
just a friend.
Siraj is the boss now. He's the manager. He calls us
wearing boss. He's the real boss over here.
I'm just trying
to, But yeah, we can see that bringing in these good qualities within a person, and something which is really a blessing. Having kindness and compassion within a person's self. Sometimes what happens is we're actually born with 3 qualities within ourselves.
Is it?
Yeah, so we're actually born with 3 qualities within, whether it's kindness, compassion, love, and that's why you see a lot of people, they do a lot of charity work and different things like this, because they're actually born qualities that a person has within himself.
So just on that point, sorry, are you then saying that every single person out there has the same 3 qualities or different?
No, so different 3 qualities, they're all unique to that person as well. So you can see, for example, someone might be very soft-spoken, but other person might be very disciplined, and he might speak very harshly, but he might be very giving and very generous. So all these good qualities, there are some embedded within a person, but we can also bring more good qualities in ourselves. So it doesn't mean that we're just stuck with the 3 qualities, like the 3 superpowers, but we can bring in more superpowers within ourselves as well. So for example, what we have to do first is like, it's an empty cup. Yeah, imagine we have an empty cup now. What's your favorite drink?
I mean, it's too many to choose from nowadays.
What's your favorite drink, man?
And for the Pakistanis, I'll say Iron Brew.
Iron Brew. That's for the Scottish, man. That's not for the Pakistanis. That's for the Scottish.
It's not Iron Brew. Right, it has to be
Pakistan is the Rubicon mango. Yeah, Rubicon mango.
But let's go with Rio.
Let's go with Rio, right? Okay. Just a nice,
nice
neutral. I'm glad you didn't say Dr. Pepper, but nice and neutral drink. Now imagine, you have a cup now, and you want to pour your drink inside that cup.
Yeah.
If the cup is dirty, what do you have to do first before anything?
Wash the cup.
You have to wash the cup. Exactly. So similarly, when we've been living a certain life of chasing these temporal pleasures, what's happens is automatically these bad habits and bad qualities come within ourselves. You look like you want to say something.
Yeah, I was about to. I was going to say, like, there's a couple of major quotes that have come to mind. There was once a wise man who said that, be fruitful wherever you've been planted. Of course, plants related to a tree. Fruit
exactly.
Tree. And just on that, there was another quote as well. I've actually got it here. 1 second.
I just want to elaborate on this quick quote, because it is a beautiful quote that, and really it links to how we should plant the seeds of goodness within ourselves so that we can feed the fruit to other people as well. So this is what kindness and compassion is. This is what good qualities is. It's actually bringing it in within ourselves and then sharing it with others. And when we share it with others, not only do we benefit ourselves because we're bringing in that good quality, that goodness comes within ourselves, but we're benefiting humanity as well. And really, this is a way to actually bring peace within the family and the friends, de-stress not only yourself but other people as well, by taking out, washing the cup, taking out them bad habits that we have within ourselves, whether it's lying, if we're lying, then telling the truth. And the way to do that is actually through repetition and resistance. So we resist for 30 days. It's scientifically proven that after 30 days something becomes a habit.
Yeah.
So we resist, for 30 days, we resist, for example, lying, and we bring in repetition of telling the truth. Now you might not get it in the first go, you might not get it in the second go, but I promise you, when you try this, it will benefit you so much that your colleagues will be more open to you, your friends will be more open to you, your family will be more open to you. You'll have a greater relationship with all these different people. I know you want to say your quote, so
no, there's multiple different quotes that came to my mind, and I was deciding which one to say. But, I think it goes back down to something you've just mentioned, that and you'll know this more than any of us because you're in the boxing industry, that really it's only the person that can put in the effort, though, right? And like it was Ralph Waldo Emerson who actually said, nobody can bring you peace but yourself, right? So just like it is with your training and stuff, only a person can go through that. Because I was very into boxing when I was young, and I tried training, but then after a bit I gave up.
I was like,
me and Siraj will have a spar.
Yeah, I was like that as well.
Excuse me?
I was like that as well, but you don't want to see my moves, because
sorry, what did he just say?
he goes, you two will have a spar.
Right, sorry, 100 likes and we'll do a little tournament.
100 likes, 1,000 likes, yeah. 1,000 likes.
Hamza seems to be
1,000 likes to see Siraj, get planted.
Literally, that's what it's gonna be. Do you know what I mean? I'm like 15 years older than you, mate. What do you think this is?
I'll go like.
I'm actually in my prime.
But yeah, you were saying, Siraj, anyways, about the boxing.
Yeah. So I was saying with the boxing, it comes down to the person then ends up giving in or giving up, right? What actually makes the difference between people who are successful and unsuccessful? This is really important to know. It's not that they don't get feelings or thoughts of tiredness. It's that they don't give in to them. They keep going. They keep pushing, right? There's the 15 years old and experience telling you there, right? I'm joking. So just keep going. So going back to that quote, it's only you that can actually bring that change, right? And then Mahatma Gandhi as well, be the change you want to see in the world.
Yeah, exactly. And that's such a beautiful quote, because it links into how really when we show these good qualities to other people, not only it can not inspire them, you could say, inspire them to actually begin the journey of bringing peace within themselves, because they see look at your boss, your former boss. He said to be the level-headed guy that you are. So he knows you have a beautiful character, or you did have a I don't know if you have but he shows. I mean, you've practiced this 30-day challenge yourself, and you can see the difference it has in your life. Same with you, Fabio, as well. I know in the boxing industry, sometimes you just you get angry, especially when you're sparring against different people.
Definitely.
And from you practicing this 30-day challenge, we can see, I mean, I've watched a few of your spars as well, and we can see that you stayed level-headed and in the game. And that's what boxing is about as well, being level-headed and not getting angry at the time when you're getting hit as well.
At the start, I used to be like, how am I even going to start this 30-day challenge? Like, if somebody gets angry at me, then I have a right to get angry back, no? But obviously that's not the case, because if I get angry back, then it's just a back and forth. But if like people say, be the bigger person in it, and it's not just a cringy quote, but if you actually be the bigger person and decide, all right, I'm gonna stay calm, I'm not gonna rise to it, I'm not gonna swear back, this and that, then that other person will actually calm down, and they'll
be the water
and they'll feel happier.
Fire. Be the water that fuels the fire.
Actually, another quote of Mahatma Gandhi comes into mind. It was that if everybody did an eye for an eye, the whole world would actually go blind.
Definitely. Because look, at the end of the day, we might get oppressed by different people, but we have to be the better person. Like you said, we have to be the bigger man, and we have to show them that this isn't actually true peace. To bring in that true peace within yourself, first you have to begin with yourself and begin with bringing in these good qualities. Now, it's like, for example, the person, you could say, I'm sure you guys know this, but the person is made up of 4 or 5 entities even. So is the body, which is the physical self, the mind, which is the intellectual self, the heart, which is the moral self, the desires, which is the emotional self, and then finally we have the you could say the consciousness. Yeah, and this is what a person is made up of, these 5 entities. Now, to bring peace to our full self and our full personal self, our full thing, because we're made up of all these 5 entities, we have to bring peace to each and every single one. But that doesn't go to say, right, okay, stop all the bad habits that you're doing with your body. We do it as a process, step by step. Just as, for example, if you were to build a business, you would take it step by step, plan your days.
It's funny you say that. Sorry, mate. It's just funny you say that because people say you're lucky or you're unlucky, right? Maybe because I'm in the sales industry, luck, it's not something that I genuinely believe in. Whereas, with that being said, there's still an element of luck. So it's like 85-90% is luck. I could just be walking and bump into someone, and that person happens to be...
Well, it's like, for example, like you said, when we plant the seed. Yeah, it's like, for example, sometimes the fruit may not grow. Yeah. You get me? But other times, if you put in the effort and you keep planting...
That's exactly what I was going to come down to.
Yeah, if you keep planting, then the fruit will come out and it'll be sweet and nice and ripe, ready to eat.
Absolutely. It's just that little effort we need to be putting in.
So as long as we put in that effort, like you said, as long as... take the small steps. One small step for man, for one giant leap for mankind. I know that's from the moon. But really, as if we take that one step, then how many other people can benefit from us as well? Yeah. And that's that giant leap. Yeah. You get me? And how many people will we inspire, or you inspire, or anyone who embarks on this journey, inspire to actually start their journey to find peace as well? And really, this is, the whole way on how to bring peace into the whole, you could say, Earth and even the galaxies, and also if there's any alien entities out there.
So why is it the 30-day challenge?
Really, like I mentioned before, it's because it's scientifically proven that after 30 days, something you can either make or break a habit. Okay. So if we have a bad habit that's embedded within ourselves, we'll be practicing for 30 years. Yeah. It'll take 30 days to actually take out that bad habit. So 1 year for 1 day. So now it's actually really beautiful. That the reason being is that because we've been practicing something for so long, and we can actually get rid of it in 30 days. And it's amazing. Now, when you continue to practice, it might not take 30 days. It might take, for example, 40 days or 50 days because you've fallen. But 30 days consecutively, as long as you put in that effort and as long as you discipline yourself, you can take out that bad habit, make your life better, and then enlighten yourself by bringing in the good qualities of, for example, the counteract sulfates, for example, lying, then it's telling the truth, or any other, if it's speaking harshly, then speaking softly with people.
So if we get that 1,000 likes, then as long as Fabio has 30 days to get that right jab in place,
as long as he practices that right job, that's what he'll knock you out with.
But remember when Mike Tyson fought Lennox Lewis was a bit more prime and a bit taller. Who won? But no, interesting 30-day challenge. So what is it that a person, so you gave these different examples. So going back to those celebrities, right? If there's a celebrity out there or someone who's following their lifestyle, watching movies, I actually grew up with the whole hip-hop culture. The 2000s was my growing up.
Biggie and Tupac,
and then you have the 50 Cent and the Eminem and the Dr. Dre's and the P Diddy's and whatnot. Right, sorry, I didn't mean to point at you when I said P Diddy's, but
I hope I'm not a P Diddy.
Awkward. I'm joking, right? All of that. I grew up with those guys, so because I grew up being influenced by them, I, actually found out when I was around 8 years old that me and Tupac Shakur have the same birth date. Right, he's 16th of June 1971 and I'm 16th of June 1995. So when I found that out, I was like, okay, let's start writing rhymes, see what happens, go with the flow. You never know what's going to happen for the show.
1,000 likes and you'll drop the whole thing.
Not at all, no. Maybe, who knows, for positive thinking, positive thinking. But the point I'm making is that when people have all of these different role models, and they want to give up certain elements, how do you then decide which part to give up first?
So really, it can be like a process. So you
Yeah.
look and analyze yourself, and you see, look, what bad habits do I have?
Yeah.
Sometimes you can't identify them.
Yeah.
So that's why we go through the process of actually starting, for example, with the tongue,
Yeah.
and then we move to the eyes, the ears, the
Okay.
hands, the feet, the stomach, and the private parts. And all these are the 7 organs
Sorry,
of
what do you
the
mean
body.
by the tongue? Not the food that I eat.
No. So the way you speak with people, the way you utilize your tongue. They say the tongue is sharp, so we need to really
It can
make
be-
it blunt.
Yeah.
Make it nice and round, and so it doesn't cut anyone. So really, when we practice these different things, the body itself has seven organs that we can either make or break a person with. We can either have good qualities or bad habits within ourselves. So really, if we can't identify and analyze what bad habits that we have,
Yeah.
then all we have to do is just follow the process. So it's as
Okay.
though you could say, I've given you a silver spoon, all you have to do is eat it and swallow it, and that's it. So really, it's really beneficial for everyone. And just going to the audience as well, anyone who's watching, if you do want to embark on this journey of the Seek to Change Awakening Peace Within 30-Day Challenge, there's a QR code on this side right here. There's a QR code up here where you can actually embark on this journey, scan it itself, or go to www.seektochange.org, I think it is, seektochange.org, and you can actually start your journey today, and you won't be left alone. We have mentors who can actually help you and guide you along your path as well to peace. So these guys have actually gone through it themselves, gone through the 30-day challenge and the process themselves, and actually benefited from it, and now they want to help by benefiting others as well. So if you do want to embark on this journey, again, go to the Seek to Change, scan that QR code, or go to seektochange.org. Yeah. And I think we'll end the session here, we'll end the podcast here. Thank you very much for joining, everyone. I hope this has been beneficial for you. It definitely has been beneficial for myself.
It's been beneficial for me.
Mr. Fabio and Mr. Siraj as well.
Fabio, Mr. Siraj.
And hopefully they'll have the Seek to Change attire on. I would call them experts now instead of rookies. So this is the first ever podcast, and I think it's been really well, and we've had a really good conversation. So thank you very much again, guys, for joining. And hopefully we can all benefit and bring peace, and start to bring peace within ourselves as well.
Absolutely. So is it the 1,000 likes we're going for with that? Was that a joke, mate?
It wasn't a joke.
We'll see. But again, thank you very much for joining. God bless you all, and hopefully we'll see you again in the next
Take
episode
care, guys.
of the Seek to Change podcast.
It's been a
Peace.
pleasure. Peace.
Okay. So he's moved from all three.